G'day YouTubers. I had a request on how to take apart one of these old style exhaust fans. This is an airflow. I'm going to take it apart for servicing because the bearings are a little bit dry. Here, I'll power it up for you. It's not particularly weak, it's just a bit dry. This cover's also a little bit stupid at times. Here we go. This one's actually quite strong, just needs a little bit of a lubrication. So that's what I'm going to show here today, taking apart a motor and getting the stubborn plug out. This is going to make it easier to see what I'm doing. So simple and straightforward for one of these throwaway type plastic fans. Throwaway fans, plastic fans, ceiling exhaust fans, whatever you want to call them. So basically you've got a clamp. You want to pinch the two bunny ears. As you see, it's got two bunny ears. You just use your pliers, squeeze those. Then your blade should come off. Now you have access to your motor. So this is where you use your pliers again to undo the bolts or the nuts and bolts that hold this one together. This one has a bit threaded, unfortunately, which is quite annoying, I must admit. Basically, this is how to service one of these older airflow style 1 fans. Right, so now that you got your two nuts off, your motor should, of course, not to forget about these little things, don't forget those, because they're important. They're very easy to lose and they're a pain in the ass when you do lose them. So trust me, you don't want to lose them. For some reason this one only came with one washer, but there's meant to be two washers on each of these. This one did not come with that for some reason. I have a suspicion this one might have been used in a kitchen. Oh no, there's the other washer. Needs to be two of those resting on there to hold the motor in place. So now you got to undo your nuts and bolts. Gonna make sure you arrange your nuts and bolts in order, because not all of them are alike. Right, so take your bolts out. Alright, and then with a little bit of force, these bearings should pop straight out. And not to forget your washers, they have to go on in a particular way. This one actually looks like it's still in quite good condition. But I figured I'd give this one a spray too. I'll probably give the other one of these a spray as well. just so they all run in normal condition. This is your rotor, by the way. So anyways, yeah, get all the dust and dirt out of the bearings. Right, so now that you got your motor apart, now it's time for the fun part. Now you gotta lubricate the bearings. In order to allow them to work properly. So you don't just go straight into the holes of the bushings. That's not how these bearings work. What you've actually got to do is you've got to soak the felt pad behind. Actually, that is a bit dry. I suggest you use the 3-in-1 stuff, the motor oil. It's a lot better than WD-40. Stupid bloody focus. Ruining my damn video. But you get the idea. You just soak it into the felt pad behind the motor. Of course, be careful not to get too much. Be precise. Right, so here's the secondary one. As you can see, just absorbs all the oil into these. So you just want to, oh, that one out of shot. Never mind, you get the idea. So, oh yeah, I recommend you use this brand of oil. You get it from Bunnings. It's a reasonable price. Works well for this sort of purpose. These are meant to be a throwaway fan, but well, if you're tech savvy like me, then you can probably fix these up. Yeah, this bottom one needs a little more oil. Of course, being careful not to put too much in there. You don't want to put too much, otherwise you end up with oil, with a mess of oil everywhere, and trust me, it's unpleasant. Stuff's a lot better than WD-40 because at least it doesn't stink. This is kind of satisfying to watch as you think about watching this. It's actually really satisfying, as you see. Those are pretty much as soaked as I'm going to get them. So yeah, now to put it back together again. Good thing I found the nut. So you just screw it on there and you just tighten it down with your fingers. Don't really need to use a torque wrench or anything fancy like that. So just bolt down again, nuts and bolts. Alright, so these washers can be quite dirty at times. All you do, you just clean them. So yeah. Alright, next bit. Gotta line it up into your housing. Alright. Often it's not always a snug fit, but that's okay. Right. Now you gotta tighten down your nuts again. Right. These ones you might want to take your pliers and just torque them down a little bit. You know, make them tight enough. Not to forget, if your shaft is a little bit stiff, work it back and forth a little bit. Maybe give it a little bit of power up, see what happens. You just gotta hit it a couple of times like that. If it gets stuck, now she's free. There you go. You've now got your fan perfectly good again. So let's get the propeller back on. Alright. So you gotta squeeze your bunny ears clamp again. And you gotta push the blade down a little bit further. It's just how these fans came. And maybe push your bunny ears clamp down a little bit further too. That'd be a bit more feasible. Right. Never mind the shake. These fans have always shook. That's just indicating that the blades aren't properly molded. And that just comes like that from the factory. Here it goes. Alright. So that is how you service one of these airflow style ones. Alright, thanks for watching. Over and out.